Welcome back to another episode of the How To Home podcast. My name is Aaron Massey alongside my co-host Tracy Pendergast. And today we have a special guest, Lindsay Esparza from The Natural Cupboard. She's here to tell us why we should be using essential oils in our home. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Why don't you give us a little bit of a background on The Natural Cupboard and how you got into this essential oil thing? I'm really curious because I have zero knowledge about essential oils.
Yeah. So 6 years ago, I was you. Zero knowledge of essential oils. Actually got really sick, and that was sort of what sparked me looking for natural remedies. And honestly, I just was like open. I was like, kind of like, where, what can I use to help my body? What can I use to clean up my house? Because I started realizing there's a lot of things that probably were affecting my body negatively in my home. And so I got introduced to oils, started using them, loving them, used them for probably about 4.5 years, and then decided to turn it into a business.
Well, we have a ton of questions. I, am a little skeptical. I don't really know anything about this or how this could potentially, be useful for the home. But before we dive in, we just have to take a quick second and thank our founding partner of the How To Home podcast, which is FilterBuy. FilterBuy is an HVAC filter provider, and they can manufacture over 600 different filter sizes or custom sizes. And you can sign up for a subscription at filterbuy.com. They'll deliver them directly to your door at any interval that you need. I have mine set up every 3 months.
You save 5% when you subscribe too. So that's amazing.
Made and manufactured right here in the US of A. So always a good thing to support local business.
We also want to encourage you guys to chat with us on social media. A lot of our show topics come straight from you. So if there's something you want to hear about, let us know. If you have questions for our upcoming guests, let us know. And you can also go to howtohome.com and sign up for the newsletter. You'll always get lots of great tips and our latest podcasts, and we love to stay in touch with you.
Yeah, we're posting stuff on the website throughout the week. So in between shows, make sure you're checking out all the additional content that we have going up. So let's talk essential oils.
All right, let's do it.
First of all, I'm going to ask you maybe a very basic question that maybe I'm the only one who doesn't know the answer to. What is an essential oil?
Okay. Yeah. So essential oils come from plants, roots, trees, bark. And basically you take the plant or whatever natural material, and then you either steam, compress, or cold distill these oils out of them. So you get this really, really concentrated, amazing sort of plant medicine that comes from the earth. And it's really amazing. All the different uses that we have for them. There's lots of health benefits, but there's also lots of great home benefits too, to kind of cleaning up your cleaning products and home products that you're maybe using that aren't so great for your body.
And I think that's actually a common misconception with essential oils, and maybe why some people shy away. They're not just used for medicinal reasons. It doesn't mean that you don't want to go to the doctor. If you have an ear infection, you're going to use an oil. There are tons of uses, and some are just simply hacks for the home.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, there, are lots of different uses for essential oils. Obviously, what we're talking about today is how to, kind of clean up your cleaning products and use them around your house. For me personally, I think that using them around the house is a great option, when you're wanting to kind of clean things up in a sense where you're trying to eliminate toxins. Most people are wanting to eliminate toxins. I mean, if you think like, oh, do you want toxic things in your house? No, of course not, right? So most people are pretty open to changes like that, like maybe using a non-toxic all-purpose cleaner, or, switching from a candle to, aromatic essential oil diffuser so that they can get, their house smelling good without getting, carcinogens, or like you were saying earlier, you get headaches from synthetic fragrance. So there's so many uses for essential oils. Yeah.
Lighting a candle or those Glade plugins or anything scented gives me an immediate migraine. But I want to smell good.
Absolutely.
I want my house to smell good and pleasant. So this is the only route that works for me in my home.
Right.
And I absolutely love it.
Yeah. And most people, I think, are starting to wake up to sort of the natural, movement, right? Like it's becoming more popular. You're seeing people are starting to like seek it out and ask for natural alternatives, right? So I think essential oils really offer that. And like you were saying, it's not, like, oh my gosh, like you're a total hippie or you're super granola or anything like that. Like this is becoming very normal for people to say, yeah, I don't really want toxins in my home. I think I'm going to take this route and make a little better decision, and make like a safer swap for something else.
That was actually on our spring checklist that we talked about, just making a conscious effort to try to create and make some of these cleaning products yourself.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of people might look at this small bottle and say, well, how much do I have to spend to make cleaning products? That's like a really small amount. How many uses can you get out of a bottle?
So many. So yeah, in like this is a 15 milliliter size bottle.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah,
so
no
for
worries.
those listening that aren't watching, we have like a virtual science experiment going on the table in front of us here.
Yes,
I'm looking
we
around
do.
and I'm like, I feel like I'm about to see, a science fair volcano eruption.
Volcano explode.
Well, you
here.
are.
We've got some like
We got baking
soda,
soda and vinegar,
hydrogen
and
peroxide.
I feel like we're about to watch a science fair here.
It really does look like the contents of underneath your sink.
It does.
And this is all stuff you probably everybody already has at home, right?
And the bottles are, I'd say, the size of like a thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah?
They're not
small, yeah.
Yeah, they're really small, but because we are extracting these essential oils, the way that the brand that I use does, we are getting 100% pure essential oil.
And you're with doTERRA.
I'm with doTERRA.
Okay.
Yes. Just to put it in perspective for you guys, we have a bottle of peppermint on the table. And I was telling you guys earlier that 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So they pack a punch. So just a few drops is going to go really, really far. So in a lot of the DIY recipes, like this is a 20 ounce bottle that I'm holding that I would make my all-purpose cleaner in. I'm going to use about 15 to 20 drops of essential oil for this whole thing. So that's a really small amount. So you're talking like pennies for each drop of oil, maybe anywhere from like 4 pennies to like, 15 cents a drop, which is really nothing when you break it down. I mean, we go to the store and buy a $5 or $6, bottle of all-purpose cleaner and don't think twice about it, And it's cool because we can kind of upcycle and we can use things that are a little bit more eco-friendly and a little bit better for the environment as well, while creating a safer environment in the home.
I love that. Did you just buy the spray bottle tops just like on Amazon?
Yeah, you can get spray bottle tops on Amazon. One of my favorite things to do is make an all-purpose cleaner. I actually got a kombucha bottle, and it's like the perfect little, all-purpose cleaner bottle. So I get that. My kids love drinking the kombucha, and then you just can, clean the sticky stuff off with lemon essential oil, which I'll have you demonstrate in a little bit.
I'm all about it.
Wait.
And then, we can make our all-purpose cleaner in there. So you're literally upcycling.
Love it.
And then, it's just better for the environment, better for your home, all of that.
So we're talking benefits, right? Are there other purposes for using essential oils outside of cleaning in the home?
Yes. There's lots of ways you can use essential oils.
She's like, let
So
me
let's-
pull
well-
out my chair.
Well, I'm just curious, I want to
Yeah.
know, like, why should I be doing this? Why should I be using it? Okay, so you're saying I can make my own cleaners,
Yes.
which are natural, holistic alternatives to
Yes.
chemical stuff you would buy in a store.
Absolutely.
In containers that you can continue to reuse.
Yes.
So that's an
you're not throwing away a
environmental.
bunch of plastic.
for your kids,
yeah,
right?
they're non-toxic. And that was kind of one of the things, to be honest, you guys, when I wanted to change over, I didn't really know how or what to do. And that's sort of like what I've made my job, obviously, is really helping people. Just, this is not something that is going to take rocket science. Like, you can do that. Anybody can do this, right? It's easy DIY stuff, because I'm not a really good DIY person. Just gonna throw it out there. But this is easy stuff. This is like, it'll take you less than a minute to make a lot of these DIY things that we have. And it's with things you've got under your kitchen sink already or in your cupboard, And so, so you can use them in so many ways, around the house. But I mean, I use them for lots of things, I use them for all sorts of things, from sleep to snoring to all kinds of things. So,
Tell me about the snoring one.
Yeah, a lot of the respiratory oils actually help sort of open up the air passages.
Oh,
so,
yes.
Yeah. So
You
there's
seem like a big snorer.
tons.
No, I happen to sleep next to one.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
that's
do?
me
Oh,
too.
okay.
Sorry, and I wasn't going to throw
Oh.
my husband under the bus.
I listen
but-
to a baby monitor on each side of me, and then a snoring
Yep.
adult, and it's pretty hard to get sleep these days.
Yes.
Lots of humming and noises.
Yeah. So there's a lot of uses. So, I mean, for somebody that's skeptical, I would just say that when you can like experience it for yourself and you have sort of your aha moment, you find your thing. For me, it started out more of just looking for like, okay, I don't really want to be spraying this all-purpose cleaner on my kids, because I just started thinking about it. Like, my kids are sitting at the table. I need to clean the table. I'm spraying this stuff. Is that good for them? Probably not, right? Like, you just start kind of wondering and asking questions. And so when I started asking questions was when I started researching and looking into it. And then I just realized, like, I can make my own all-purpose cleaner at home.
One thing we like to talk about too on the show is like family involvement.
Yeah.
Like making all of these home things like a family affair.
Yes.
And when you have natural, healthy cleaners, you can involve your kids in cleaning. It's not always separating them from these jobs
Go out of
that
the room,
we
I've
do.
got to clean the bathroom or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah. And my kids
I love
it. I have 4 kids, so they're all into oils and use them and help me. My 9.5-year-old that's here with me today, she was literally just in the kitchen like 2 days ago whipping up her own set of bath bombs.
Yes.
Like, all by herself.
I
Just
love that.
Totally doing it.
And these
it
are
was
also
great.
for consumption too. Not all of them, but like you can put the lemon.
Yeah, certain essential oils you can use internally. I always talk very cautiously about internal use because essential oil companies vary so much that I just like to be very, very cautious on that side because I chose this brand because I trust them. And so, yes, I will take these personally, internally, but I would not take other essential oils internally. And actually, a lot of other essential oils will caution you not to.
Right.
So you got to definitely be careful.
Things are concentrated too. So using a carrier oil or diluting is very important, especially with young children.
Absolutely. So if you're going to use them on your body, because with these essential oils, you can use them topically, which is actually physically on your skin. But like you said, you want to dilute them so that you're not just pouring straight essential oil on your skin. Because like I said, 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is really strong, really powerful. And, it is going to sting a little bit or burn a little bit if you just dump it right on your skin. So you do want to use some sort of a carrier oil like a coconut oil or, jojoba oil or something like that to dilute it so you don't have any skin sensitivity. So
when you're oiling up after you're showering
Aaron,
with your
Always.
jojoba oil.
Yeah.
I'm all about it. The one question I have going back is like, okay, how well do these things work? You're talking about how they can be used as cleaners. Okay, where do they stack up compared to some of the stuff you would buy on the shelf? Yeah, maybe it's not as healthy, but does it work on
I
an adequate
personally
level?
have been really happy. I'm totally fine with it. There are some really powerful cleaners on the market that are pretty gnarly, but I'm not willing to breathe that in, to be honest, even if maybe it does work fantastic. I haven't had any complaints personally about using my natural stuff. A lot of times they're adding a really nice smell, but they're also either antiseptic or antibacterial.
Okay.
So you're actually cleaning.
Okay.
Like they actually do clean. So they're not just a fragrance thing. Like for instance, lemon is a natural degreaser. So you can use lemon oil for that. Wild orange is antibacterial. So you can totally add that to your all-purpose cleaner. So you're actually, getting a lot of the germs, when you're cleaning from that. But yes, there are other components to the cleaners, baking soda, vinegar, or hydrogen peroxide. So you definitely have other components, but the oils do actually do something.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I want to see some of your hacks. I want to learn.
My favorite that I probably do the most is my all-purpose cleaner.
Okay.
You're going to want like a 20 to 24 ounce glass bottle. The reason why you want it to be glass is because essential oils actually break down plastic. So you do want them to go in glass because they are really powerful and you don't want to leach the toxins from plastic into your cleaner. So this is like super healthy, right? So we're using glass. Like I said, I got this kombucha bottle. It does have really sticky stuff on it because I pulled the label off. So Aaron, I would love it if you would take some of this lemon essential oil and drop it straight onto a little portion of where the sticky, you can feel it, right? Sticky.
Yeah, sticky residue.
Sticky residue. You can drop like maybe 2-3 drops on like a certain little spot.
It's not going to pour out on you.
Yeah, it might kind of go around, but you'll just smell really nice. It's okay. So just put a few drops and then you can just sort of wipe that off. Tell me if that is pretty easy to wipe off.
Yeah,
now, if you try to
off.
do that with a paper towel,
that would just stick to it.
right. And if you try to do that with like water or anything like that, right? So if you got a few
so you
drops,
just rinse it off.
yeah, you got a few drops of lemon, you kind of wipe it all, rub it all in. And you're literally just gonna be able to rinse that right off.
And as a DIY guy, how many times have you bought like something for the vanity or like a light or something where it's like beautiful and then you have to pull off that darn sticker?
Oh, it's a pain in the ass.
And obviously this is a larger surface, right? I mean, it's a pretty large surface of sticky because it's the whole bottle. But yeah, you know, like a little price tag sticker on something, 2 or 3 drops of oil, literally wipe that off in 15 seconds.
It's like Goo Gone.
It's a Goo Gone. It's a natural Goo Gone.
Oh my gosh. And Goo Gone is so potent. My husband has used that around the kids and I've been like, really? It's strong.
Pretty gnarly. So so this is a natural Goo Gone. So you can use lemon to take off any of that stuff. I've gone to the beach and stepped in tar.
Why is there tar on the beach?
No, you've never stepped in tar at the beach?
You step in tar?
In the sand?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Oh my gosh.
Why is there tar on the beach?
He's East Coast guy. He's an East Coast.
I mean, I've gone to the beach, but what? Like,
no, you can step in tar sometimes.
Lives in Southern California knows.
I mean, I live in the valley, so I'm not like a beach guy. I can't afford that beach community situation.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, you can literally use lemon oil and that will just wipe right off, which is pretty amazing.
If I just took half a lemon, would it do a similar thing?
No.
Just not concentrated.
It's not. Yeah, you're talking like lemon juice. This actually comes from the rind of the lemon. This lemon essential oil comes from the rind, so it's gonna be different.
I see you kind of lighting up though.
Well, I'm like,
I mean, that's pretty cool, right?
Pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
He's like, okay.
I like science experiments, and that's what this feels like to me.
It's cool. You know, like you were saying, you open something up and you've got a label.
What's the most annoying thing in the world?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
why,
it is.
Why do they have to
when a
put
company
that?
when a company just makes them like
peel off real easy,
it's
but
like,
they never do.
Some do, and those are the ones I rebuy because like that right there is enough. I don't care how crappy your product is.
You
I'll
don't even need
rebuy
to
that
worry.
product because the label
You
is
have your bottle of lemon oil. You can get whatever vanity or any kind of thing you want and not worry about it because it'll just come right off.
This guy right here is one of my favorite uses.
Yes.
It's a wool dryer ball,
Wool dryer ball. You can get these pretty much any health food store. You can get them on Amazon.
I think Trader Joe's has them now too.
Do.
In fact, they do. I know they do.
It's literally a ball of wool, a wool dryer ball. And you can just use these in place of dryer sheets. So dryer sheets are really, really, really bad for your body. They are just full of carcinogens and it's just a really easy swap. So you just put your essential oils directly on the dryer ball, maybe like 3 to 5 drops total, throw them in with your, clean clothes and start your dryer. And they actually help. The wool balls themselves actually help to dry your clothes quicker. And then the essential oils freshen and kind of clean as well. So yeah, those are my favorite.
Which oils are good for that?
There's so many. There's so many cleaning oils. You could use citrus, you could use tea tree oil, melaleuca. There's one called Purify that's really great. That's a really cleansing oil. Lavender, which is really great. It really smells really great. It's really calming. So yeah, it's kind of whatever
I love lavender for
fragrance choice that you would want. We are breathing in this stuff every day. I mean, you think about all the products you use from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, spraying down your counters, doing your laundry, cleaning, all these things. It's like, how much stuff are we exposed to on the daily, know? And if we could just make these little swaps, just easy swaps, it's just better for your health.
I just feel like, if you're not willing to ditch everything you have, just as you need to replace and rebuy, replace one thing at a time.
That's what I tell people. I'm like, just ditch and switch one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, just, hey, I ran out of all-purpose cleaner. Okay, instead of buying it, I'm going to replace it by making my own.
Right.
Okay, I ran out of my wood polish cleaner. Instead of rebuying it, I'm going to make it. So just one at a time as you go. You can just start collecting.
Did someone say wood polish cleaner?
Yes, I did.
How do you do that?
There's just super simple. You're going to just do equal parts white vinegar and extra virgin olive oil. So like you could do like an 1/8 cup of, white vinegar, 1/8 cup of olive oil. And then you're going to put in your essential oils and shake it up before you use it. And you want to spray that actually directly onto your rag, kind of get it sort of like damp and saturated just a little bit, and then wipe off your wood.
Do you just put lemon?
You can do lemon, you can do orange. Those are the 2 most popular oils that people would use for
we'll
wood
grab
polish
the
furniture.
recipes to all of these and put them in our show notes.
Yeah.
So if you're listening and you're like trying to figure out how to remember all of this, don't worry.
Yeah,
we'll put
we'll
everything
have it.
in
And
our
they're
show
all
notes.
really simple and are only like 2 to 3 ingredients total each. So.
And if you want to watch any of this, you can find it on our website, howtohome.com/podcasts. You can find it there, or you can find us at all this video stuff will be on our Facebook page as well.
I'd like to know what's actually in your cleaner.
All-purpose cleaner. So this, I actually will do like 1/4 to 1/2 cup of hydrogen peroxide. I don't even measure. I just kind of
eyeball it.
Pour it in, maybe like 1/4 of the bottle, hydrogen peroxide. And then you're going to add your essential oils. I personally like using either wild orange because it is antibacterial, or one called On Guard that's probably my favorite, just because it's already a blend of a bunch of different essential oils together that are created to kill germs. So it's like the perfect all-purpose cleaner one. It smells like Christmas. It's amazing. I'll do like 15 drops of this total in there. So you've got your hydrogen peroxide, your essential oils, and then you can just put the rest water, and that's it. And you've got a really great natural all-purpose cleaner. You can use it to spray your counters, your tables or whatever. And It's just really simple. Yeah. You can make it in 30 seconds. Another thing that I like doing is making a carpet cleaner,
powder.
Yeah, like a powder. You'd buy the powder. You can do it so simply with just baking soda, who I'm sure everybody has. And you can either put it in, a bowl and you can kind of sift it over the carpet, or you can put it in maybe like a glass mason jar and poke some holes in the top, and just put your baking soda in, and then add maybe like 10 to 15 drops of either lemon or orange or tea tree or kind of whatever, like cleansing. A lot of the citrus oils are really cleansing, so you can do whatever you kind of prefer, the smell of. You can even use lavender if that's something that you just want your house to smell like that, and then you just shake it over the carpet, let it set for a few minutes, and then vacuum it up.
I actually like to put the oils in my vacuum cleaner because the vacuum can get that like really gross smell.
Pet smells, like the pet hair thing.
Yes.
It just starts to smell like after you vacuum, it actually smells worse than before.
No, totally.
And you're like, wait, what's going on? I like to clean out my vacuum really well and then put a couple drops.
Yeah, the vacuum filter, you can just kind of open it up, put like 2 or 3 drops in there, and then that, honestly, like I probably only do it once a week, and it lasts. Like you'll notice when you turn the vacuum, you're like, oh, it still smells so good.
You vacuum once a week?
No, I'm saying
who is this person?
It will last a week.
Yeah, I do it once a month
I have to vacuum like 20 times a day because, oh my gosh, my kids.
No, I was impressed with your once a week. I was like, wow, good for you.
Yeah, no, the vacuum's pretty much out daily at my house. And then you want to take it like, a step farther for like those smells that sort of linger around the house, right?
Garbage
if you've
disposal.
got garbage disposal or trash can, you can actually drop a couple drops down the sink, couple drops after you take the trash out in the bottom of the trash can. It's like my least favorite chore. Couple drops in the bottom of the trash can. Seriously, just the essential oils that are antibacterial actually kill the bacteria, which kills the smell. Right? So you're not just masking it with some like fake synthetic fragrance. You're actually killing the bacteria, which is fantastic.
And every parent knows the diaper genie. When you hit the pedal, it just hits you in the face. So I used to always do cotton balls with essential oil in the diaper genie. And then, when it comes up your way, it's just a little more pleasant.
See, I've transitioned to the number one only in the diaper genie. Everything else goes straight outside.
Straight outside.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because I'm just not dealing with that.
Good
you
times.
can also like take like, little cotton balls or cotton pads, put a couple drops, stick them in your son's shoes when they're not wearing them.
Oh, yes. It starts getting stanky.
So you can put like a drop or two of your favorite smell, or any of the cleaning oils.
Try that
totally
in my soccer bag.
Get rid of,
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
Hockey equipment. Anybody that knows anything about hockey equipment, it's the worst.
Yep.
You need oils.
My husband has a
I don't even
race
play
for
hockey. I just
basketball.
know that's the thing. It's like my cousin was a big hockey player, and like just a certain level of funk.
There
that you
is a
can't
certain
get
level
rid
of funk. Yes, I agree.
What else are we talking about? What other things can we utilize these for? And then I want to talk about where people can find these and all that.
I feel like the list is almost endless. Like we kind of have this joke that we always say, like, there's an oil for that. Because seriously, there is. Like over all the years I've been using them, I'm always like so amazed at all the ways that you can use them. I'm like, oh, there's a recipe for this and that. I mean, Pinterest is amazing, right? Like you can just find all sorts of DIY things. But yeah, there's so many uses, so many ways that I personally use them for health benefits as well. I don't know if we want to kind of go that direction, but you know, like I said, around the house, I've got like, I mean, I sent you like a list of things and that was like me cutting the list down, you know, like, oh, there's so many different ways to use them.
So we got a few social media questions in, if you don't mind.
No, not at all.
I'm looking to get into diffusing essential oils. Do you have any recommendations of ones to start with? So good starter.
Good starters would be lemon, lavender, peppermint. Those are always really basic, great oils to have on hand. You can use them for lots of different things, but they're amazing to diffuse. Any citrus oils, really. Grapefruit, wild orange is a really pleasing. Lavender, a lot of people love because it's really calming and soothing. There's a lot of great, you know, sort of like recipes, like diffuser recipes you can find and look up. But those are some of my favorites, and pretty much everyone like will enjoy them in the house, you know?
Diffusing thing is just like
aromatic. Aromatic, yeah, is great. And a lot of people do it in place of candles or, you know, plugins or things like that. But if you get really awesome, good quality essential oils, you actually can get some great health benefits from those too. So like you can use, you know, wild orange. It smells really nice, but it's also cleaning the air because it is antibacterial and it boosts the immune system too. So there's multi-purpose.
So some people are a little skeptical with multi-level marketing. So what would you say to dispel that negative connotation?
Yeah, I mean, I fully understand that. I get it. I think we've all had like those people that really maybe push something on us and we feel like we don't want it. You know, I definitely love, in one sense, the direct sales model, like because I actually can talk to people and help them and educate them. So I definitely think that it can be fantastic in that way. You know, like I said, when you go to the store and you grab something off a shelf, you have no education with that. You're not getting anything from, you know, Whole Foods about what you just bought, right? So I definitely love it for those reasons. And I think that companies decided to go multi-level marketing because that's what they wanted. They wanted that like person-to-person relationship versus just a product sitting on a shelf. So, I mean, I get some people are gonna, you know, maybe not be totally on board with that, but I think it's more because of the person that was trying to sell them something that sort of turned them off to it. And it doesn't really necessarily have to do with the product. If you found a product that you absolutely loved, you're going to want to get it, right? You're going to want to buy it. I was going to get essential oils no matter what, you know, because I loved doTERRA. I loved the brand. I loved using them. I used them for years. And so it didn't matter to me what the company structure was. I fell in love with the product and I wanted to use them.
So it's finding the product that works for you, but also finding the salesperson that works for you.
Yeah, I think so. And I definitely think that there's always going to be the eager beaver that's maybe a little bit overbearing, you know?
So this stuff isn't really available on the shelf somewhere?
No, you can't get this on a shelf. Yeah, you would need to go through doTERRA or, you know, talk to somebody like me that actually would connect and help you and, you know, get you plugged in.
So doTERRA is just a brand.
It's a brand. They are the number one brand. They've really like risen above them all. A lot of other companies, essential oils will be like adulterated. So like they'll have like synthetics or like fillers and like you can look at the ingredients and you're like, this is not an essential oil. Like it's a synthetic, you know, compound that they've just manufactured and put in a bottle and said it's an essential oil.
So what do you think people should be looking for when they purchase an essential oil?
So you really do have to like know like where you're getting them from. And like I said, a lot of the essential oils that you'll see at the market will say like not for internal use. It's like, well,
why not? If it's just lemon,
if it's just plant, you know, like if it's literally just like cold pressed from a plant, like why not? That's sort of like for me personally, like when I got in, it wasn't just like, oh, I'm just going to go with doTERRA. It was like, well, I like hardcore research, like which company, like why? Because I was doing it for health benefits too. Like I had some gnarly, like I still do, but gotten a lot better. But I have some gnarly health issues. So for me, it was like, I'm actually using this in place of medicine. Like it's got to be like okay to use and take, you know? So that's why I picked doTERRA. They actually third-party test to make sure there's like no pesticides or fillers or chemicals. Because really, if you're going to buy something and you're going to spend your money on it, you want to make sure it's like going to be the best, right?
Right. And if you think you're going natural and you're really not.
Exactly. And I think that's kind of annoying. Another thing, it's like, you can get duped so easily, you know, by like something saying like, oh, pure essential oil. And then you flip it over and it's like, you see like ingredients that are synthetic and you're like, that's not pure. Like, I'm not even supposed to put it on like, it'll say like, do not apply topically, do not take internally for aromatic use only. I'm like, then it's just exactly the same as all the other air fresheners.
It's a perfume.
It's just a perfume or a fragrance.
I feel like I have to say I am not at all associated with this company.
You just love it.
We just
right?
met.
Yeah.
I happen to buy doTERRA, and it's a really easy, commitment-free way to buy product. It's, I mean, I do not like making monthly commitments or doing, you know, that's just not how I am. And it works for me. When people are selling something directly and it's not in the store, for some reason, the trust factor is kind of different.
Yes.
So I will say that
it doesn't feel as vetted, I guess. People just are used to that retail experience.
Absolutely. And I fully get that because I mean, I've been there.
Right.
I've been on that side of it, you know?
Right.
Somebody one time asked me if I sold essential oils, and I was like, no, I would never sell essential oils.
Right.
And then, you know, here I am.
Look at me now.
Yeah. You know, what are you going to say?
Well, when you're really passionate about something, you
love it and you love using them. And I mean, I have seen them literally change my life and my family's life and for the better. And it's one of those things where I started to kind of like, oh, I kind of want to share this with people. And I think the cool thing for me personally is, you know, if somebody were to go to Whole Foods, right, and grab something off the shelf, what are they going to get with that? No education. They're not going to get any recipes. They're not going to get any knowledge. They're just buying it off the shelf. And for me personally, that's sort of why I love what I do, is because they come to me and then, hey, they have questions for me. What can you help me with this? I have got this issue or this issue, you know, this or that. And I can actually sit down with them and say like, okay, let's find this, you know, these oils are going to work for you because of this or whatever. And I can kind of custom fit it to them. So in that sense, I've actually grown to love this sort of way that multi-level marketing works in that sense, because I actually get to have that relationship with people.
You're an educator.
I can actually help educate them, because I actually think that there's been so many times I've bought products off the shelf where I'm like, what do I do with this? Like, I don't even know. Like, I have no clue how to use this. Or, you know, of course you want to get the most benefits out of it, right? So actually that's kind of why I love what I do, because I feel like I do get to have that personal relationship. And help people in that sense. So,
right. Even you were just telling me when we were sitting down before, the Orkin guy came to our house and we asked him to spray our kids' playset because it's always covered in spiders.
Right.
And he said, we're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to spray anything that the kids touch or play with. So I looked into more natural options, and peppermint oil, I think peppermint, and then some citrus too, were natural bug repellents.
Yes, there's a lot of natural bug repellents that you can get with
what would you
essential oils.
recommend for the play set?
Yeah, so you could totally just put, peppermint, and I can look up and see like specifically spiders, you know, what the best essential oil for spiders is. I actually think it might be peppermint too, though. You could just put it in like a little sprayer and go around and spray all the corners of the spray house. Obviously, like wipe it all down and spray it out. Right. And, you know, just do that whenever your kids are going to, before they go in, you know, spray them before they go in, because the bugs do not like the way it smells.
Right.
So they actually will flee. So you could totally use oils as a natural alternative to that. And, you know, that's kind of crazy that they're not even allowed to spray, you know, because obviously they know those chemicals are not okay to be spraying around little kids, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great when you can't use those methods, it's awesome to know you have a natural alternative.
Right.
You know, and that's kind of where I think a lot of people are at. It's like, hey, I'm okay with maybe like, you know, using this, but then when you can't, okay, well, what are your options? And we have options.
Right.
You know?
And I don't think you need to do a complete overhaul on your life. You know, you just take control of the areas where if you
know better, do better.
Exactly.
Right? Like if you can, great. Like you can make an easy swap, do it. You know, why not? I feel like knowledge is power. So, I mean, if I find something out and I'm like, oh, that's really bad for me, I'm going to keep using it, you know?
Right.
So,
absolutely. Yeah.
And we talked about it in a previous episode. Like, I use white vinegar, cleaning vinegar for everything.
Yeah.
You know, all the time.
There you go.
My house just it smells like vinegar all the time.
I like using my peroxide and my oils better.
It does the same thing.
It does the same thing, and you don't have I just don't like the way vinegar smells.
Well, it's not
but it doesn't
linger forever.
No, it's not the worst, you know. Yeah. But I personally, when I mix up my peroxide for my all-purpose cleaner and I have my super yummy oils,
Right.
just like actually you want to
clean
it's like
with
it smells good, versus
Right.
like, oh, like put the mask on, we got to get the vinegar out,
Right. I think with vinegar, if you're the one doing it and you know what the smell is,
Yes.
it's cool. But then
Yeah.
when someone
You walk
walks
in the door.
in,
It's
it's
like, oh, it doesn't smell nice. I mean,
No.
and my husband will come home and I'll like, well, he's going to laugh because he's going to be like, when you clean, because it's not as often as it should be. But when I do clean, it smells really, really good in my house.
Tell him he's welcome to pick up a mop.
Yeah. No, actually, he is like such a good cleaner. But, he's obviously at work all day, every day.
Right.
So, and I work from home. So I get that awesome opportunity to work and clean, But yeah, so it always smells so good because it's like all the oils and it just smells amazing. So definitely one thing I have to say is that you will get that amazing, clean, fresh experience that you do not get with white vinegar.
Right.
So
Something that's really fun about oils that I love to do. So, Pinterest, you can pretty much find anything.
yes.
If there is a place that you really like the smell of, like Aveda is one that has a very distinct smell. Aveda is like a hair salon, or Anthropology, which is a store. There's certain stores or places that have a very distinct smell. Or maybe like you want your house to smell like Christmas. You can find a lot of blends online.
You don't want your house to smell like Abercrombie when you walk by and it just smacks you in the forehead.
No.
Smacks you in the forehead when
Yeah.
you walk
Oh
through
my
the mall.
gosh. Bath and Body Works,
Oh,
Yankee
yeah.
Candle, and
Migraine.
Abercrombie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, I run.
Yeah, no.
I feel
I
bad
go
for the people
all
that
the way around.
work in there.
Oh,
I haven't been
I
in
can't
there in
even
a very
imagine.
long time.
I can't even
Yeah.
go in there.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah, it's very
But,
weird.
yeah. There's so many really, really good fragrances, or not fragrances, but smells from essential oils that you can't get with a synthetic fragrance. So
Have you noticed, since you've transitioned, right? Have you noticed the cost savings and what would I anticipate spending on stuff like this? So these are roughly, I don't know, nail polish size. I don't know how many milliliters, 15 milliliter bottles.
Yeah.
What can I expect to spend on something like this? And what's the savings?
yeah. I mean,
Over time, I guess.
yeah, a typical, bottle is going to be averaging like $10 to $20. And I can give you for instance, the wild orange essential oil is 4 cents a drop. And that's,
And you only need a few drops per.
You need a few drops. And there's 250 in these 15 ml size. So you're actually going to get a lot of uses out of that bottle of essential oils, So yeah, I definitely have broken it down and, noticed, wow, okay, yeah, I'm not spending $6 on that, non-toxic, organic, cleaner that I was buying. I'm now making it at home for about, once you buy your bottle, you maybe spent
Which is just
$3 on your
yeah,
kombucha. You're getting the kombucha, right? You actually get to get something for it. And then you buy your little sprayer top, and then you're maybe refilling it for like 50 cents to $1 a bottle, tops.
Right.
All-purpose, totally natural cleaner.
And I think
Not a bad price.
We tend to have sticker shock a bit when we see the sets or whatever. It's like, you see $100 for anything and it's like, wow, that's expensive. But when you break down how many drops
and what
how
you
many
can do with
oils,
it, yeah.
what you can do, it is really worth researching, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Yeah. And I mean, I'm all about saving money and budgeting. It's just that I've done this and I've seen on the other side of it that it is worth it, and that not only do you actually get a lot for your money, but that you actually are saving your body and your health and all of those things too. So it's why not? Why wouldn't you? If you had a natural solution that you could buy that you'd have at home for a lot of different things, why wouldn't you?
Right.
That's kind of where I started getting to the point where it's why not? And I'm going to give you guys this. I got each of you a bottle of lemon essential oil.
Oh, wow.
And I made you a how-to home blend.
Oh my gosh.
For
Motivate
DIY.
plus focus. How to home blend. Be a better DIYer. Apply to wrists, behind ears, on neck, or over heart. Breathe in deeply before starting any DIY home project.
So this is going to keep me from like just cursing my head off from
it's
every
a little
project.
bit more of like a focus energy blend.
Good, I'm gonna use it
So
today.
it's got frankincense, black pepper, lime, and wild orange.
I love it.
And then you've got your own little bottle of natural Goopy Gone. So
Thank you
can
so
get to, You can get to
much.
cleaning.
So if people want to find more information about this stuff and want to ask you questions or something, where can people get in touch with you?
Instagram is great. It's sort of just a really good way for people to learn, trying to constantly educate on there. So at The Natural Cupboard is my Instagram. And lots of recipes and great stuff there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in
You're
and sharing some of these
Thanks
things
for
with us.
having me,
you
you guys.
I'm open to giving it a shot. I will say
right.
that. I came in
Well-
very skeptical, very, not really sure what this whole thing was going to be about, but I'm open to. You sold me on the little Gooby Gone.
I knew it. I knew the Gooby Gone was
You
gonna
knew that
get
was
ya.
going to get me.
I knew it.
Because that is like
It's
one
the
of
gateway.
the most.
It's the gateway.
It's one of the most
seriously is.
frustrating things on earth.
It is. It's ridiculously
It's
annoying.
like that's what hell is. It's just you
Yeah,
have to
stickers.
sit there with nothing and you have to scrub the goo off of these bottles.
There you
That's
go.
what
You
would
have a
to do
bottle of
for
lemon.
eternity.
You keep
Love
that
it.
at work, and every time you have a sticker, you just grab that.
And also you
you're
can oil
done.
your wood projects.
Yep, there you
Make
go.
some wood oil.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks
Hope
for
you had a
having me,
good time.
guys. I
Thank
did.
you.
Such a good time.
We want to say thank you to Filter By for making this series and this episode possible. So make sure you guys visit filterby.com and sign up for our email list at our website at howtohome.com.
And don't forget to go to your listening platform of choice and subscribe so you never miss a show.
Thank you so much for being
Thanks,
here.
guys.
And we will see you guys next time.
The How To Home podcast is brought to you by FilterBuy.com, your one-stop direct-to-consumer replacement air filter brand, and is produced in collaboration by Amassed Media Group, LLC, and Intelligent Arts and Artists. The show is executive produced by George Ruiz and Aaron Massey.